few moments ago, both head coaches addressed their teams.
Discipline, discipline, discipline. Be the most disciplined football team out there tonight. You do that, I promise you a victory. Every single guy, when you go one play at a time, be the more disciplined player on that play. That's the most important thing tonight.
Here we go now. Hey, 60 minutes. Key word of the night is finish now. Finish, okay? We're going to impose our will on them for 60 minutes, okay? We're going to break them, keep working hard, win your matchups, make this thing a 60-minute game. Let's go. Start fast, finish strong. Let's go. So
Welcome to the AFL on ESPN. Our matchup, a good one. The Arizona Rattlers, the three-time champs, are 6-2. The Spokane Shock have been hot of late. They've won 3 of their last 5. Here are a look at the National Conference standings. Arizona in first place in the West, and Spokane in second in the Pacific Division. Good evening to everyone. Ari Wolf alongside friend and partner, our Hall of Famer, Sid Bonner. And Sid, the Arizona Rattlers looking for an unprecedented four-peat. They've had consistency at the quarterback position over the last 5 years with Nick Davila. But with him out of the lineup, they're looking for that guy until Nick is back.
Yeah, they're struggled to find a guy to take a spot. B.J. Coleman in there for a little bit. He's on the new things. Now you enter Shane Boyd, who's had some experience, but we'll see if he can get it done for the Rattlers.
And Shane Boyd has played with 3 other teams in the AFL, but he's never played with a team that has this kind of weapon.
Absolutely not. And when you look at this team and how they're built, they're dominant for the past 4 or 5 years. They've just grown together. The same group. The continuity is there. He's just got to step in, drive this Maserati, and not wreck it.
And one of the best parts about that fuel-injected automobile, the Maserati, is the best wide receiver in the AFL, Ron Windsor, who's with our Randy Gatewood.
Rod to God, you're off to another great start this season. How are you able to consistently have the success you have year in and year out?
You know, come in and just work in the off season. Come in and practice and prepare every day like you know it's my last. Come out and work hard. That's what it is.
In steps Shane Boyd, new quarterback, first career start out of the Rattlers. What advice have you given him tonight?
Just come out here and play ball. You know, he's been in this league for a while, so he know what they expect. I think he had a good week of practice. You know, I think he's going to be ready. We go come out here and get him in a rhythm and go rally behind him.
Sounds like a plan. Good luck to you.
All right, thanks.
Guys?
Thank you very much, Randy. Appreciate the time from Ron Windsor right before the kick. Now we shift gears to Spokane. They've had a revolving door at quarterback. This is their 4th starter of the season. They think they've found a long-term answer in Warren Smith.
Yeah, he's a guy that no one wanted to answer the call from. You know, he kept sending tape. Finally, they gave him a chance. He came up and proved himself. In his first start, he gets the win over LA, gets the team's first win of the season, and has continued to blossom since that point. 17 touchdowns, 4 INTs, and he's just getting better each and every day. He's a leader, a guy that's taking control of that locker room each and every day in practice. Coach Olson is impressed with his work habits, and he looks for big things from Warren Smith.
Well, he will be tested tonight going up against a very physical Arizona defense, an Arizona team that has really struggled here in Spokane. Their only victory coming during the 2012 season, as you see, 1-5 here in Spokane. So we are set for football. Spokane won the toss, and they elected to get the ball at the start of the 3rd quarter. So here we go. A.J. Cruz is back deep. He is number 1 in the AFL in kickoff return average. And here comes Cruz. And Cruz runs over a guy. This doesn't happen very often. Gets out to the 14-yard line. And we will get our first look at Shane Boyd. 6'1", 220 pounds. Played his college ball at the University of Kentucky. He's 32 years of age. This is a guy, he is the ultimate journeyman. He has played in the NFL, NFL Europe, the CFL, the UFL, and the AFL. Ron Windsor in motion. Wide receiver screen to Windsor, and Windsor picks up 5 yards on first down. That's a great way to get his team into a rhythm. Real easy throw on first down, and Kevin Guy, their head coach, does all the play calling.
Well, it also keeps your offensive line and keeping hits off of them early. They play with confidence early in this kind of atmosphere. It helps out your quarterback later on. These guys will continue to gain more confidence as it goes along.
Boyd, in his career, is a 55% completion guy in the AFL. Had some problems with interception. 47 career touchdown passes, 25 interceptions. He's going for the home run ball, and Marquis White ends up with his helmet on, and there's going to be a penalty against Spokane. Marquis White, a part of the Spokane Shock title-winning team back in 2010.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 3. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
He wasn't just part of that team. He was a dominant player on that team at 6'7". You know, he's a mismatch, and people seem to think he's lost a step. But look at get up on the toes and tries to run a corner route, and you see the grab right there. And I'm not sure what Don Masters was complaining about, because that's a takedown.
Yeah, he got his money's worth on that. 1st and 10 for the Rattlers, just shy of midfield. Kerry Reed back in the lineup, 15. He's in motion, been out with a hamstring injury. They go to Rod Windsor, and Windsor gets past the sticks, a gain of 12.
That's what makes him so dangerous, is these 6-7-yard passes. Teams can't get him to the ground. He is so physical with run after the catch. He makes a reception and then turns it into 6-7 more yards. And you heard Coach Olson in the open talking about tackle those guys, get them down on the ground. Very tough to do so with Rod Windsor.
From his rookie year in 2011, where he set the rookie records for catches and receiving yards, he has been a dominant player. Marquis White. Looking at Marquis White. He's got the football. Touchdown, Rattlers. I think Shane Boyd is already thinking, you know, driving this car is not so bad.
No, it's not. Looks pretty smooth so far. I mean, 3 for 3. Did a nice job getting the ball out of his hands. But it's just a simple corner route. You're going to watch this route come right in your face and break to the corner. Don Masters makes a huge mistake backing up into the end zone. It's called falling off the clay for the ledge. You can't do that. You've got to hold your ground and try to collision. You'd rather take the penalty and give up the easy score, because that's an easy one right there.
Fabrizio Scaccia on for the extra point. Second tour of duty with the Arizona Rattlers. They've gone through a number of kickers over the past few seasons, and the extra point is up, and it is good. A little less than 3 minutes gone by in the opening quarter. Good-looking drive. Marquis White gets into the end zone, his 14th receiving touchdown of the season. And Boyd on time to Marquis White. We'll take a look at Spokane's offense when we come back.
That's what we're here for. We're here to have a
Marquis White feeling comfortable in this building. He was the offensive player of the game in Arena Bowl 23 when Spokane defeated Tampa. And I tell you, Kevin Guy's got him playing motivated football, because he's bounced around a bit in the last couple of seasons, and he's now seemed to be happy playing in Arizona. Scaccia to kick it off. Don Masters is deep for Spokane. Our first time here without Terrence Sanders back there. Don Masters up to the 12-yard line. And we take a look at Warren Smith. 6 feet 1 inches tall, 200 pounds. Just 25 years of age. And he's got a couple wins as the starter, but this will be the toughest test he's had.
Good-looking athlete. He can run the football if he needs to get out of the pocket. Coach Olson wants him to stand in there and deliver and really just execute the offense, which he's really rounded into shape, doing a great job of.
They have a young receiving core tonight. Warren Smith going up over the top to Truesdale. He was held by Arkeith Brown. So it's going to be a penalty against the Rattlers.
holding. Defense, number 11. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Take a look at impact players, Sid.
He's got the ever so smooth inside Jeremy Kellum, 47 tackles, 6 INTs, 18 PBUs in the middle, man. He's got a really short memory. He knows how to get on to the next play. And then Anthony Amos, who's coming into his own. He's 413 yards receiving and 10 touchdowns, a guy that they found and has really added a spark to the lineup.
Smith gets it out quickly into some space. Catch made there by Samuel Charles, another rookie they're very excited about. He's had limited playing time. Started out the season on IR.
you know, although it's maddening when you get all these rookies in there together, especially a quarterback and receivers together, you kind of start to think about what your future could be with these guys if they continue to work and grow together.
Amos in motion. They keep it on the ground. Rory Nixon, and he gets bounced around, maybe a gain of 6 inches. It'll bring up 3rd down. This is a Spokane franchise that's had to make a huge adjustment. They had Eric Meyer for the last few years. He signs with San Jose, and a year of transition for the Shock offensively.
Absolutely. I mean, and then you tack on the fact that they played with a ton of different receivers this year. They've lost 2 of the best players in all of arena football, Adron Tennell and Eric Meyer last year. Tough to come back from.
Smith throws, the catch is made, and it is enough for a 1st down. Anthony Amos with the catch. They found him in an open tryout, and Coach Olsen said he was by far the best guy on the field. So they signed 2 guys that day. That's a successful open tryout all the way across the country.
It really is. When he said they were in Atlanta, I was like, Atlanta?
Yeah, Georgia State University. Smith gets it out quickly. Cliff Dukes tried to knock it down. And a good game from Anthony Amos. And guys, we have the good fortune in the AFL of access. We'll hear Warren Smith talking to his head coach.
Let's go. Rack left, arm back 50, 3/9. Here we go. Let's go. Rack left, arm back 50, 3/9. On it.
If you get a good matchup outside, you're going to look for Truesdale on the go route, but backside, you're going to get a whip.
Smith taking some time. He'll go down. First time tonight he held that football, and that Arizona front just crushes the pocket.
Problem was the routes were a little bit too deep, and Arizona secondary just kept backing up. But look at Tyree Glasper just dominate inside. Pushes Rory Nixon back into the quarterback's lap, and I tell you what.
They might split that one, though, with Hawthorne, because Hawthorne got him around the legs.
But that initial push, I mean, these 2 guys working together, Glasper and Hawthorne, I mean, you can't get a better pair. These guys work so well together in the middle.
Smith with time. Open receiver and too much on the throw.
Jeremy Kellum knows he got away with one there. It's a great route by Smith. Excuse me, Anthony Amos gives a double move. Gives a look as he's going to go to the out. Stutters, crosses his face to the post, avoids contact. Got to just hang up a little more air, retreat some more, give yourself some time to lay it up.
Spokane on the season, 53% conversion rate on 4th down, 9 of 17. Smith, plenty of time. Throw was on target, but Jeremy Kellum knocks it away.
Jeremy Kellum, talk about his ability to play downhill, and he just has an understanding for what he's seeing. An exceptional player.
Jeremy Kellum on his way if he continues this pace. 1st team All-Arena, maybe the AFL Defensive Player of the Year. We'll be right back in Spokane. The AFL returns to ESPN2 on Friday, June 12th. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern as Jacksonville visits Tampa. So Arizona gets the stop, and their head coach, Kevin Guy, who spoke to him at length today, I think he believes that the defense doesn't get enough credit because the offense has been so good over the past few years. The defense comes up with stop after stop every game.
And even in the San Jose game they lost, they had 4 stops in that game. So with a healthy Nick Davila, you got to figure you're going to take advantage of those kind of things. He trusts that defense. They've weathered them through the storms.
Shane Boyd up over the top. Marquis White. One-handed grab. Touchdown Rattlers.
Wow. That's definitely a da-na-na. Speed release. You're going to watch the mismatch outside. Marquis one-on-one. Look at him stick the paw out and bring it in. This is just an exceptional catch. Oh, my goodness.
That's awesome. Well done, Marquis White.
You know, that's a play that happened by design of what they've seen when they've come around in motion. A lot of teams try to run their number 3 DB and flash in front of the motion guy and go out to the next guy. Marquis White uses that speed, which he still has some in the tank.
He certainly does. He looked good there. Well, that kick was almost blocked. Squeezes it in. You know, Marquis White, given the fact that Rod Windsor's missed a couple games, Kerry Reed's missed a bunch, he has really been their most consistent receiver this year.
Right here, you see this man who is following the motion is going to try to come over and get a flash and then try to come here, but watch the burst off the line of scrimmage from Marquis White. And that's what you see on film. You see that motion, you see the switch, and you know you've got an easy one. And for Shane Boyd, I mean, you couldn't have a better start to a game. 4 for 4, 2 touchdowns. That's pretty good off the gate.
Really good. Keep in mind, though, remember we were here last year. Arizona got up big, and it seemed like it's going to be a ho-hum game. Spokane, it doesn't take much to get this crowd fired up and change momentum.
That's why it's known as the toughest place to play. I mean, it is in the league. It's definitely, I mean, this rivals the old Iowa barn and in Des Moines and stuff like that. Up in Albany.
Albany was
Pepsi Center. I mean, incredible places to play, but this right here, man.
Well, this size venue reminds you more of the old days.
Oh, man.
You know, 10,
but it's awesome. It's so
Everybody's
intimate.
on top of the game.
So intimate.
Towering kick. A big hit on special teams. Want access to every AFL game at once? Go to arenafootball.com and click AFL Live for an online broadcast of games around the league via the ESPN3 video player. Or if you're on the go, download the Watch ESPN app to your mobile device and keep up with AFL action as it happens. Already a very busy Saturday night in the Arena Football League. We'll have scores for you coming up in a little bit. Nick Truesdale will be in motion. He's number 81, and he is a huge target like Marquis White. He's 6'7". And Warren Smith moving to his left, looking for Truesdale. Truesdale had to play defense there. And if they call this on Marquis Brown, it really looked like Truesdale was the defender there.
Well, the ball was underthrown, and the receiver has the right to come back to it. And this is just like one of those back shoulders. You got to lay it up out there, let your big guy go get it. But there was hands.
Yeah. Good call.
Hands first, and then, you know, nothing to complain about there. You just lost track of his man because the play was dead. Keith Brown stops his feet in the middle. Truesdale decided to take it up the field, and that's what got Keith Brown in trouble there.
Warren Smith started his college career at Iona, and after a season, they dropped their football program. He then transferred to Maine. And by his senior year, turned that program into an 8-3 team, and they made it to the FCS playoffs. And there you see Truesdale, who played at the University of Cincinnati. And we've got movement before the play.
The only reason they stopped it is there was contact in the middle.
Offside, defense. Defensive lineman made contact, number 77. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Hawthorne's going to have to be careful. That carries a serious weight with it if you get caught. Again, you're out the half. And
remember back before that rule, it felt like guys were jumping off sides every third play.
It really tightened it up, and you just be professional. It's right in front of you. Don't guess.
Catch is made by Charles. And Charles fights for extra yards and picks up a Spokane first down.
Shows you how strong he is. You had the wily vet, Marquise Floyd, trying to rip it out of there. He just kept driving the legs, going through.
Well, Marquise Floyd at 35, still playing at a very high level. Last year, first team All-Arena, had 13 interceptions to lead the league. Smith, pump fake, going to the end zone. Terrific play. Jeremy Kellum timed his jump perfectly.
But look how in sync that secondary is. With the routes that are coming, they're able to pass off and they kind of play off each other. But watch him just slide right out over the top. He understands the outside release from the outside receiver. He's able to get there. And look at the ups, even off balance, running backwards.
What would it take for him to play at the next level? He's only 25, and he seemed to have great cover skills.
just an opportunity. I mean, that's for a lot of these young defensive backs in this league. Just an opportunity to go in and just battle and handle your business.
Truesdale this time, the big man, wins out at 6'7", gets the touchdown for the Shock.
Talk about having a short memory. You see how quick Warren Smith gets his ball up. 6'7", just too much size and strength. He's able to go up and high point the football, which is the difference. Kellum there, but wasn't able to match the level from Truesdale.
Taylor Rowan on for the extra point. Veteran kicker in his 5th season. That's going to be blocked. Cliff Dukes was all over that. That ball is still live, and Rory Nixon is tackled.
The extra point is block number 6, Cliff Dukes.
Warren Smith gets his first touchdown pass of the night, his 18th of the season, as he finds Nick Truesdale, his 5th receiving touchdown. Shock are on the board. Goal line bandits in good form. Shock trailing 14-6. Next Saturday, June 6th, AFL action returns to the CBS Sports Network. Don't miss Orlando and Jacksonville. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern. There's Nick Truesdale getting set to run down on special teams. A.J. Cruz is back deep for Arizona. Played his college ball at Brown. He's put that Ivy League education to use in the AFL. He is exciting every time he touches the ball. He goes up high and almost left the playing surface. Got a little help from a fan sitting on a couch right there.
What kind of athlete is this kid, man? This kid is a tremendous athlete. Watch just the jumping ability. I mean, he's not a tall man.
No.
He's dynamic athlete, though, boy. I tell you what.
A nice assist there, though, from this guy.
It was.
Helping out the road team. Our Randy Gatewood stepping out on the field. He will have a live mic during this series, and we'd like to hear from him. Played both wide receiver and defensive back for the Arizona Rattlers. Made his way into the Hall of Fame a couple years ago. Boyd on time. First catch of the game for Moore. Darren Moore, and a late flag comes in. This place will get your emotions running hot.
You can't do that if you're Moore, though. You got to be smarter than that. A simple hitch route.
Personal foul. Offense, number 5.
You cannot do it. He's lucky he didn't get thrown out.
I mean, that's ridiculous. Christian Wise makes a tackle. He's holding on to his legs, and he throws a punch. Very fortunate he didn't get thrown out, but you can't play that way, especially in this environment. You don't want to feed this animal. When you can keep it quiet, keep it quiet. Now you've given him something to be excited about. A negative play, the first one against Arizona offensively.
Due to the penalty, it's effectively 2nd and 10. Boyd, and that is incomplete. Let's go to Randy Gatewood. Randy, just give us some perspective on the atmosphere and what it's like down on the field.
You know, the Shock has really done a good job of putting pressure on Shane the last couple of plays. As you can hear, it's super loud in here. The fans are going crazy. But he's got to settle in and get back to the way he played on that first drive where he was 3 for 3 and a touchdown.
Yeah, I noticed on that last play, it looked more like he was guiding the football instead of just throwing the ball. Receiver was open. He just guided it there instead of making the throw.
Boyd from his own end zone, and he felt the pressure, and it affected the throw.
Derek Summers came through and nicked the elbow. And you talk about one little play. One little play. You get a personal foul against your offense. You get backed up. You get this crowd excited. They needed something to get excited about, and they just got it from Mr. Moore.
It's 4th down, and if you're wondering why they're not kicking a field goal, those goalposts are just 9 feet wide. So they will go for it on 4th down. There is no punting in the AFL. Boyd steps up, and he misses Marquis White. And the pressure from Spokane was the difference.
They smelled blood in the water on that drive. We got that crowd into it, and I tell you what, this place is bunked bonkers right now. They're excited. They've got a chance to get tied in this game, but you see the pressure off the edge and up the middle. Great penetration by Dominic Duster there, pushing up the middle. Tell you, when this place gets going, it is tough, and that's why teams struggle here, including the powerhouse Arizona Rattlers, 1-5 through the last 5 years. I mean, very tough place to play.
First and goal for the Shock at the 6. Again, this is Nick Truesdale territory at 6'7", number 81. All three guys bunched up top of your screen. The screen to Truesdale, and Truesdale bulldozes his way, reaches it out. They're going to mark him down at the 1.
I mean, it looked like they're marking him at the 2 or something, but he's stretched out. Even where the knee hits, it's where the ball is when the knee hits. Thought he was close. Not sure if he got in the end zone, but I thought he was closer than that. But that stacked formation there, which you don't see a lot of, it creates a ton of problems because you have to be patient in the secondary, and somebody has to come up and press out the point man in that look.
Warren Smith's going to keep it himself. Is he in? No. Gained about a half yard.
See, and this is where the Kevin Guy theory of who he recruits defensively. He wants guys that play with power. And when you got guys with power up on that front line, instead of the speed rushers, you're not going to push them back in the end zone to get that easy yards. You're going to have to work for it. Cliff Dukes, one of the most dominant guy ever. They got him listed at 295. He may be a little bit more than that, but he is lean and mean, boy. Antaj, we all know him.
345 pounds, Antaj Hawthorne. We will step away, entertaining first quarter here in Spokane. When we come back, Spokane will be looking to score. Arizona, after one quarter lead, 14-6. Stay tuned for more AFL on ESPN. Well, we hope you're enjoying your Saturday night. If you're Midwest to the East Coast, we appreciate you staying up late for a little AFL on ESPN. National Conference matchup tonight, the three-time defending champs, the Arizona Rattlers, who have traditionally struggled in this building, just one win. We've got third and goal for the Shock. Warren Smith tries to keep it himself. He keeps fighting. He does not get in. So now fourth down.
Little A.J. Cruz diving up in there. You're going to watch the pinch by Dukes, and Cruz is responsible for the edge. He gets just enough until our Keith Brown's able to come in and finish him off.
Cruz is not scared, is he?
No, he's not. I mean, he's a football player, man. Yeah. He's a guy that you want on your team.
An FCS All-American at Brown his senior year. All Ivy League 3 years.
Love everything about that kid, man. How he plays the game. He's a difference maker in the special teams.
All right, here we go. Fourth and goal. Amos, and he's tackled, and it's A.J. Cruz. Smallest guy on the field, but here comes a flag. Did he get him on the face mask? It appears that he's messing around with it there. Amos readjusting his helmet. Boy, Cruz really just fired in there.
Was his knee already down?
But AJ needs to put his helmet back on. And Arizona defense walking off the field.
There is no foul for face mask.
Okay, they're picking it up.
He's already down.
How about that, AJ Cruz? He should be fired up.
You get a look, you watch the inside pitch again, and AJ responsible for the edge. He beats the fullback. That's not a face mask. It's on top of the helmet.
Don't like it.
No, it looks like it was. It was not a face mask.
AJ Cruz. That's the defensive play of the game thus far. So Arizona gets the ball back.
His responsibility is the edge, but you watch the hand on top of the helmet, not grabbing the face mask. Looks worse than it is.
And it wouldn't have been on AJ Cruz anyway. I mean, he made a spectacular play.
Tell you what,
good play there to just get out from your own goal line. Darren Moore makes the catch.
Christian Wise all over it. And this is a kid that waited his turn, was in Cleveland last year, didn't get signed until a few weeks ago. But there you get a look at AJ Cruz, who looks like an investment banker over there. It doesn't look like a dominated football player. But
and then 5'9" is generous.
It's very generous.
Yes.
I could have sworn you guys were having an eye-to-eye conversation yesterday at the store.
Yeah.
We saw him.
Boyd, a lot of time here. Now trying to go up over the top. Dangerous play and almost picked off. Sergio Gilliam had it in his hands and lost it when he hit the turf.
Gilliam is a guy that doesn't give up a lot of freebies, and that's a freebie right there. Shane Boyd got a little ahead of himself.
Let's wait and see what the flag is here. Because boy, if it's a hold, it can't be in the end zone.
Holding. Defense number 14. There's also holding. Offense number 65. Those penalties offset. Replay second down.
Wise and Simmons.
Shane Boyd has got to do a good job right now of changing the snap count because the Spokane Shock are getting off the football.
Yes, they are.
You've got to change up the count, do some different things, but you got to take what's there. He had Marquis White wide open on the pivot route inside. Throw the ball to the pivot.
Boyd steps up, throws. Marquis White makes the catch.
Great hands catch.
Yeah, Marquis White has been the offensive star thus far tonight.
Don't you want to give it to your old team when you come back?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and he's come out energized. This is a pretty good throw. That's a tackle right there on the right edge. Really good call, but that's a great job by Marquis White making that catch in traffic. Strong hands, all for naught.
Mentioned the first quarter, he's like a new Marquis White. He's rejuvenated this year.
He's excited.
Yeah.
And just like a year ago when we saw him in a playoff game, he was excited with Philly, playing hard, playing aggressive. He's in the right atmosphere to be successful.
Kerry Reed with the ball, his first game back after a hamstring injury. Kevin Guy told us he could have played the game before the bye week, but thought, why risk it? You know, Kevin Guy really seems to have a different philosophy than a lot of the coaches. He says it's just about being healthy and right after the 20-week regular season, so they're good to go for the playoffs. That's all that matters when you're the three-time champs.
When you get enough reps together, that's all that matters. This is a veteran team. They're not winning any popularity contests by trying to rub anybody's nose in it. They don't want to fall too far behind San Jose, but they just want to stay afloat, keep winning, win their division, and then make a push in the playoffs.
And Nick Davila is expected back as early as next week. He traveled with the team. He is here. We're hoping that Randy Gatewood will speak with Nick Davila at some point tonight. The reigning AFL MVP, there he is. Not just a great player, but a class act and a great ambassador for the game.
Oh, without question. And he's a guy that, when you talk about cares about what he's doing, and a guy that studies, and, you know, we saw him after that Las Vegas loss in the restaurant, and, man, he was stewing.
It was
just about attitude.
Right.
It was like about attitude, and that's like, you don't see that very often. The guy cares about what he's doing. That's why he is so successful and so dominant as a quarterback in this league.
1st and 10. Boyd gets it out on time, and White had stumbled and able to make the catch, and we will take a listen in to Kevin Guy.
Gonna get the motion, you're gonna find a corner out.
Shane Boyd spent time with 5 different teams in the NFL. Originally signed as an undrafted free agent by the Titans. He has time, throws, Moore makes the catch.
It's a good job of reading coverage by Kerry Reed. He had a corner out on, just pulled coverage out. Dodd Masters pulled him out. Shane Boyd did the proper thing there, throwing underneath the coverage, take what they give you.
He was a dual sport athlete. He was a 12th round pick of the Minnesota Twins back in 2004. Great athlete, grew up in Lexington, Kentucky, played college ball at the University of Kentucky. Boyd hands it off to Benson, and Benson breaks the tackle and muscles his way for 5. And you anticipated Benson having a big night tonight. Why?
Well, because this Spokane Shock defense gives up 29 yards a game rushing. And Benson is a big-time player when he's got the ball in his hand. Not to mention, the third factor in that is you've got Shane Boyd making his first start. You want to keep him out of harm's way, use the running game to move the clock a little bit, keep your defense over there resting. So that's why I figured he would be heavily involved.
And their last game, which was 2 weekends ago, Benson, a season-high 13 carries. Boyd looking for White. He's got it. Touchdown. touchdown, Rattlers.
Again, Dodd Masters 6 yards deep in the end zone and backpedaling. You can't do that. You've got a challenge.
What a first half for Marquis White. And Boyd likes it.
And those are easy throws.
You know with that catch radius at 6'7", you just get it close. Marquis White will do the rest. Marquis White, 4 catches, 64 yards, and 3 touchdowns. The lead is 21-6, 8:44 to go till halftime. Both these teams have had to go with multiple options at quarterback, and for Arizona, especially unusual because Nick Davila has been impossible to get off the field the last 5 seasons, and the reigning AFL MVP is with our Randy Gatewood.
I'm here with Nick Davila. Nick, how are you feeling tonight? Coach Guy made a decision to hold you out tonight, but give us an update on you.
As a competitor, you want to be out there, but we're always going to put the team first here in Arizona, and I'm just going to be supportive for Shane and the whole team.
What do you think about the performance of Shane Boyd thus far?
I think he's playing outstanding. He's doing a great job of taking care of the football and making the throws in the red zone, so he's doing a good job.
Thanks a lot. Art?
Thank you, Randy. And thank you to Nick. And this ball is muffed, but no harm, no foul. They will get it on the touchback. And I think everybody wants to know when will Nick Davila be back based on his answer and what Kevin Guy said. I think a lot of people expect that he'll be the starter next week.
Yeah, he came out and had a nice workout prior to the game and looked good, felt good, but there was a plan going in. And
it goes back to what Kevin Guy is. It's about the end of the season. Right. There's no reason to rush this.
Correct. And there isn't. I mean, this is a veteran team. You don't need guys right now. You don't need to win the regular season. You want to hoist a trophy at the end of the deal. And if you get your horses healthy, that's the only shot you got to go down and possibly beat a San Jose in San Jose is with all your horses.
Oh, yeah. They'd love that opportunity. Kevin Guy loves to play on the road. And that ball is dropped. It almost felt like it was bracketed coverage because the Jack linebacker, A.J. Cruz, can only go 5 yards deep, and he got enough in the vision, it messed up the receiver.
Well, that's a route that the receiver reads when he comes around. It's just a hitch route. Once A.J. Cruz works towards him, he wraps. He has to get by the Jack, and that's why he's set up in the middle. Jeremy Kellum, again, Johnny on the spot, comes out and knocks it loose on the hit.
Warren Smith gets it out, catch is made. Samuel Charles.
Good looking route. He's able to attack the post, but see him attack and then straighten up and then run away. And that's what gives him just a little bit of separation. He's able to straighten back up and not just run across the field. Marquis Floyd on the coverage, but a nice catch going down with that looming and pinning wall.
Now they've got some room to work with. Smith's going to step up in the pocket, take off, and he gets just inside the Rattler 20-yard line. Now, he's not going to mistake anybody for Eric Meyer, but just the ability to do that will make a defense play on it.
And that's all you need. If you can get out of harm's way, go get a couple yards, keep positive things happening, it's okay. You don't have to break out of there and be Eric Meyer or any of the running quarterbacks in this league that have had success, but he does a good enough job just moving around, creating space for himself.
Smith thought about taking off and running, gets rid of it, and it ends up being a completion. As one of the officials ended up basically helping out.
I think Al Granado almost got his first pass breakup, first pass breakup of his career. You're going to see right here, he looks like he wants to take off, not really calm in that pocket, and then he tries to hit Al in the face with it.
Worked out well for the Spokane shot. I hope Al's okay. He looks all right. He's a tough guy.
Mr. Granado.
Smith to the big fella who took his eyes off the football. The play was there for Mark Jackson.
It really was. He's just leaning away. But listen, let's be honest. You got an offensive lineman running down the field. You can't make him reach down beneath his waist to catch that ball. Throw that soft floater. I mean, that would have been it was not an extremely tough catch, but he's an offensive lineman.
He's a big boy.
You got a sweet spot.
Yeah, 325 pounds.
You got a sweet spot, that thing.
Hit him right between those fives. Smith looking for Truesdale. And thought he was going to tip it up to himself, but it's incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 10.
See, Jeremy Callum is smart. He's undercutting the routes, which is kind of he's getting underneath Truesdale, who can't then get his feet together. But he's waiting for Truesdale to get his hands up around that ball, and then he fires through it and knocks it out. I mean, he's just a smart player. A guy that just understands what he's looking at and seeing.
Smith looking, Marquise Floyd to vet. He saw it coming, gets the pick. And he takes a big hit there. Tabua knocks him down with the 35-year-old coming off the best season of his career. He made first-team All-Rate all the way back in 2008, and then again in 2014.
This, you see Coach Olson going bonkers, and I'm going to show you why. If we look at this replay,
Andy Olson's hot.
He's going bonkers. Watch Tyree Glasper right there. He's up into the line of scrimmage before the ball is snapped.
You got to call it.
That's a false start. I mean, that's an offsides infraction in the neutral zone on the MAC linebacker, and there's no call.
He's exactly right.
That is.
They missed that.
I mean, that's a big call to miss right there because it ends up being an interception. Bad read by the quarterback. You got to see your off guy. If he's off, throw it to your check down.
Kevin Guy was really on point when he said the reason we've been able to win without Nick is our defense, and the defense gets another stop.
Absolutely. They just, you know, if you don't make mistakes against Arizona and you can just put drive after drive together, and they bank on people not doing that. They bank on that happening. You throw it right in the coverage when a guy can't read it.
And Olsen is right, and he is really upset.
I mean, you're supposed to have space. Watch Tyree Glasper walking forward. You're not supposed to be going forward at all. How that is missed and not called, that can't happen. And then on an interception, it just magnifies that missed call right there. And that's why Coach Olson is hot.
We will step away. Spokane defense needs to come up with a stop when we come back. Tomorrow, ESPN brings you two of baseball's biggest stars on Sunday Night Baseball. Miguel Cabrera and the Tigers take on Mike Trout and the Angels. Coverage begins with Sunday Night Countdown at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll see if the Spokane Shock and their head coach, Andy Olson, have let that last play go. Because remember we heard him in the locker room before we came on the air? You got to take it one play at a time. You got to put that play behind you. Now, the officials did miss that call, but they got to rally up here. Down 2 scores. Arizona's got the rock. Boyd going for Kerry Reed, and Reed cannot get to it.
Not really sure how many reps he's been taking during the week. You know, he's just working his way back in the lineup from that hamstring.
And keep in mind that Arizona, they don't have the back wall in the end zone, so you can still be running full speed and make that catch. Here, every arena you have to adjust to the red zone and the end zone. This is a very big end zone, but does have the wall on the backside.
Well, you just have to be quick with your throws. Get it up and down and drop it in that corner instead of giving it to one of your guys over on the sideline.
Screen to Windsor, and Windsor's going to reverse field, get a couple blocks, and there goes Ron Windsor. It looked like the play was going nowhere. Great patience from the veteran receiver who had 2 stints with the Cleveland Browns. And we'll take a listen to Coach Guy.
All right, we're going to go after him right now with a smash takeoff, Jim. All right. Right wing zoom, hold, smash takeoff 1.
You're going to watch Marquis White in motion. He's going to come down and smash it and then take off a double move route.
Boyd throws, and Windsor got tackled at the 3-yard line. Jet Richards, their 4th DB, the extra guy, comes in, and Windsor had him beat. Smart play, though, to take him down.
Absolutely, but he's...
Defense, number 23. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
You'd rather do that than give up a touchdown. You'd rather do that than give up a touchdown. That's your first play. They're going to attack the guy. Right? It just shows you Kevin Guy going right after it. First play. Then Spokane leaving him out there on an island. Man up.
70 double straight.
One of my favorite calls in the book here. Going to get your tight end and your fullback to release. Your tight end's going to come right between inside of number 9, fullback up the boundary.
Boyd sets it up to Benson, and the big fullback in for 6. Touchdown, Rattlers.
Get out the way, Marquis White.
He goes to give him some love.
Once he dropped those shoulders, there was nobody going to get in front of him. It's a great call. It's a double screen. He has his choice either way. But watch right there. Oh, get out the way.
Benson, Elizabeth 6 feet tall. I'd say he's closer to 5'10", and he packs a punch.
He's a
275.
16-pound bowling ball is what it is.
Scotcha on for the extra point attempt. Boyd sets it down, and it is blocked. That's a live football. And it's still loose. Spokane's got it. And Arizona stops Spokane from getting points. So both teams now have a blocked extra point. The Arizona lead is 27-6. Benson out of the backfield. First receiving touchdown of the season. We are back in Spokane. The lead is 27-6. And there you see Michael Benson back in the tunnel, getting some refreshment. There's the scoring drive, 3 plays, 28 yards, a little more than 2 minutes off the clock. Instead, it's time for this young offense led by Warren Smith, the rookie quarterback for Spokane. They have to deliver, because this is getting in that danger zone. We saw them come back last year with Eric Meyer against Arizona, but with Warren Smith, I don't think you can get this thing into too big of a hole.
No, you can't, because he hasn't been there. He hasn't done that. And listen, to be quite honest with you, I hope they haven't missed it, because it would help us out if they haven't missed the storm of this crowd. That was at a fever pitch a little bit ago after turnover.
Ball into the slat net.
So it's into the slat net. Be a touchback. Be sure to check out arenafootball.com for all the latest news and information on the Arena Football League. While you are there, be sure to shop the AFL Team Fan Shop for the latest team gear. Check out arenafootball.com today. And there you see fans got the football. Little girl, she's got it. That's pretty nice, though. You sit in like a luxury recliner. Ball comes right to you. You get to keep the ball.
The player comes in there, you got to give him back, but you can keep the ball. I love that old saying. I mean,
what if the player wants to stay?
Well, then he's going to be looking for work.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
you know, if he wants to stay, he could. Last play of the game, maybe. Amos makes the catch, gain of 5 on first down. Now, we've seen Warren Smith have success checking it down in the short game, but we've yet to see much success down the field.
And we, talking with Coach Guy, he felt like that was a point of his game that he wasn't really sure where he was at yet watching film on him. He completed such a high ratio underneath and the short passes, but then going downtown, it dropped like 20%.
We're at the 1 minute warning. Shock needs some points before halftime. Now that's creative right there. Come on, Sid, give them some credit. They worked into ESPN. They got Eastern Washington, Beast Mode, Spokane Shock, and James Rumpin.
Got to give the little guys credit.
That's attention
They're trying to get on
right
ESPN.
there.
I'm going to go ahead and, I was going to circle it. They moved it. Oh, that's my fault. Should have called it up earlier.
First down for Spokane as they get into Arizona territory to the 23.
That's a nice route on the sail in. Good throw, on time. Tell you, Warren Smith, you get him on rhythm, he can make all the throws. Still learning some nuances of this game, and really like everything about this kid.
Smith delivers right over the jack linebacker. Good touch on that throw, and it appears to be another first down.
Catches ruled complete.
Amos is just hitting the wall and making new fans over the sideboards. talking about that earlier, being able to keep footballs that come in the stands. Back-to-back plays where some happy fan is going home with a great-looking football.
Warren Smith moving to his left, smart decision, throws that about the 10th row. It's a heck of an effort by the fan to make that play. And that one's barely used. That's a brand new football. So here in the final minute, the clock stops on incompletion. Plays where receivers give themselves up out of bounds. So plenty of time for Spokane, plus they have all 3 timeouts.
Well, you got to be careful. You don't want to give this ball back to Arizona with so much time left. So they need to get some first downs. They need to.
Charles makes the catch. This is a Spokane team that's normally so good at home, but because they lost here so badly to San Jose a couple weeks ago, their last 5 quarters at home outscored 96-27.
That is really rare.
They gave up 83 points to Spokane or to San Jose in this building.
It's rare.
Yes.
They don't see that very often here, but going through their struggles that they have, and I mean, these guys are really just fighting, hanging on so they can get some more chemistry together.
And that pass was on target, even though Cruz was in the area. Charles had a chance at it. I want to remind everyone to stay tuned at the half. We will send it to Bristol, and it'll be all AFL at the half. You will see highlights, catch up on a busy weekend in the AFL.
Did you see A.J. Cruz close the gap, getting out to that sideboards? I mean, he's got some quickness.
How does he not stay on the LA Kiss? I mean, he was
still trying to figure it out.
I mean, he's a player.
I mean, he can. The thing is, he can do so many things for your team, and not one of them is negative.
No,
not one.
Because his size, actually, I feel like gives a shot of adrenaline. I mean, they see the little guy out there working hard, busting his tail. I think he's inspiring.
I think people forget how many guys his size and under made this league.
Yes.
I mean, made this league special.
They only went to the big receivers 6 years ago.
And, you know, you've always had a couple guys here and there that had size, but, you know, Barry Wagner back in the day. But, you know, you think about the Steve Smiths, the Hunky Coopers.
Eddie Brown wasn't a big guy.
Brown was a big guy. He was
little, strong hands.
Strong hands. Gatewood's 6'1", you know, not giant guys, but guys that knew how to run routes and catch the football. It's kind of gone away from that. And this kid right here just adds so much to your roster, not to mention it's a class act.
Yeah.
He's got integrity in the locker room.
Who doesn't want an Ivy League guy in the locker room? 4th down. Warren Smith plenty of time. Eludes the pass rush. Sets up, throws, caught! Touchdown, shot.
It's a really good formation, and what Arizona decided to do was run A.J. Cruz underneath the pivot route. There was a little whip route that was wide open. You're going to watch him come right in your view. Oh, he doesn't have it. But then, strong enough to elude Tyree Glasper. And look at this accurate throw on the wall. Marquise Floyd peeks inside for a little bit too long. Nice job of working your way free.
And they needed points there. Rowan gets the extra point. It is now 27-13, and Arizona still got 29 seconds. But the one difference is that Shane Boyd in quarterback, first game with the Rattlers, as opposed to what we're used to seeing with Nick Davila. You figure they were automatic for points. But with a guy just getting accustomed to the team, we'll just have to wait and see how it plays itself out.
Absolutely, but I think Kevin Guy is going to attack.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to sit back. You know how he is. He's competitive. He's going to come at you. The thing is, you don't get points here. And if you go 3 quick incompletes with Spokane having 2 timeouts left, you might give them the ball back with a little momentum, and they get the ball coming out to start the second half.
They certainly do. Rams lineman Chris Long and William Hayes wanted to help the homeless, but they didn't stop at writing a check. They spent a day on the streets. SportsCenter featured presents Life on the Streets tomorrow on SportsCenter. I look forward to watching that.
Absolutely. And it just shows you how young athletes nowadays are more conscious to what's going on in society, and it's a really good thing because these are 2 guys at the pinnacle. I mean, they're 2 of the top guys in the NFL, rushing the passer.
And I think that sometimes our young players don't understand the impact they can have, but when they see an example like that, they'll see that they can.
Right. and it'll make you want to do more.
Yes. With just 29 seconds, I would not think that Spokane would go for the onside kick, but it's not out of the realm of possibility to set up the short field if they want to try to get it back again. And Rowan's going to kick it deep. And Cruz one-handed off the net. And Cruz gets it out to the 15. Good return by A.J. Cruz. Kevin Guy, the head coach, also serves as the offensive coordinator. He does all the play calls. And we'll see what he has for Shane Boyd and the Rattlers offense.
Hurry up. Okay, right, speed of 5. No, push right, wing zoom, 0, clear 4.
I missed the second route. I know he's got a quick out and a sit down, but I think it's a trail route, which he might get it out of his hand real quick.
Boyd fires, caught, Kerry Reed. And Kerry Reed gets to the 19, and Arizona immediately gets his timeout. 19 seconds to go in the half.
The old post curl route. Sells like he's running the post and settles down. Look at Boyd stand up in the pocket tall and deliver there with pressure bearing down. Really nice job.
All right.
If a guy's got time, he's thinking it over.
All right, here we go. Left wing zoom, 4.
Basic hit pivot routes, about 8 to 10 yards. You watch them push the DBs up. And if you're Spokane, you may want to settle about 9, 10 yards and not move.
Boyd throws. Windsor can't bring it in with one hand. Down to 15 seconds.
The difference with that, he's throwing it on timing, but your receiver's pressed. So you got to allow him to come out of his break and then stick it on his outside shoulder.
Here we go, buddy. Come here. All right, we're going to run Reed here now, okay? Ralph, Reed move. 3, Reed 7.
Boyd's done a nice job here in the first half. 13 of 19, 147 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Motion man will be either on the sit down or the cross post route.
Boyd throws it up. Windsor, can he get to it? Yes, he can. Touchdown, Rattlers.
That's a great throw. Great throw by Shane Boyd to hang it up into a spot. And again, Kevin Guy, who is he attacking? The new guy in the lineup. He's going after Jeff Richards. Great throw, great touch. And Windsor just finds it, makes it look easy.
Extra point is good. I'm not sure Nick Davila could have done it any better than Shane Boyd did it in that drive. 1 minute offense. Run to perfection. Looked off,
great
guys.
Touch.
Yep. I think he wanted to go to his left the whole time. He just got everybody to buy into the right side. Rod Windsor, that is a receiving touchdown. His streak extends to 23 straight games when he's played with at least 1 receiving touchdown.
I call him the professional because that's exactly what he is. He's a pro. Shows up to work every night. Whether he's got 15 catches or 4 catches, he's going to block for his guys and do other things.
That's been the beauty of watching this Arizona wide receiving corps when they had Mo Purified, Rod Windsor, Kerry Reed, is how unselfish they are. Because sometimes when you have guys at that level, they want to be the guy. But none of them wanted to leave. They wanted to stay together.
That's why they've been dominant.
Yep, 3 straight titles.
I mean, it's tough. I know that feeling. I played with the same guys for 10 years. There's no better feeling than that trust that you have with the guys that you know. No better feeling.
When this game where so often you have to get rid of the football, not knowing where your receiver is going to be, you got to trust it. Those years of playing together, it's unbelievable how the Rattlers, when you were there, And here in the modern era of the AFL game, that they've been able to keep their core guys together.
Well, let's be honest. It's not a tough place to want to stay.
True. Don Masters ups it. See if he can give Spokane a chance here. All right, 7 seconds to go in the half. They have the ball at the 12. What are you thinking here, quarterback?
This is a tough call because this is such a dominant rush team up front. If Arizona's way off, I'm going to throw the slip screen and try to get everybody out in front of my guy and let him run without having a catastrophe happen. I mean, get it out early. Either that or you run maybe bench routes on the first play and get yourself a little bit closer to go down. But if they're off, I'm going to give it up to my guys and let them go make a play.
Let's see if they don't go for 6 or 7 yards here and then go for another play. It appears Warren Smith is going to use some time here. The catch is made. Amos gave himself up, so it's got to stop the clock, and it does with 3 seconds to go. And now you can just run a regular play into the end zone. Be a real shot in the arm for them. They can get points here, knowing they get the football at the start of the third quarter.
And this is what you're going to see. Really soft coverage. Arizona will be 12 to 15 yards off.
But they don't have anybody in the secondary who's going to be able to win a jump ball against Nick Truesdale.
If they're balanced up and ready to come forward and jump, they're going to go up and make a play on football.
Well, you see Truesdale there, number 81. Look at how tall he is. 6 feet 7 inches tall.
And let's be honest, that pass rush from Arizona, they're going to come after you. So you're going to have to put it up early. Will he be able to get deep enough to make a play count?
And Kevin Guy wants the whole team to come over, including his nose, Anton Hawthorne. Yeah, he's saying, hey, look, you can read his lips. He said jump ball.
You hear him talking about collapsing the pocket. He's telling the guys to collapse the pocket.
Smith's done a good job of moving out of the pocket.
That's what you got to be careful with him. If you allow him to get outside, now he could allow something to develop maybe on the opposite end, away from where he's looking on the right side, or if he's going right, looking back to the left and maybe try to gun something in there. You've got to collapse the pocket, but maintain containment of him.
Smith throws it down, and it would not have been a touchdown had the catch been made. And we've come to the end of the first half. And the Arizona Rattlers looking like a dominant team. Hold on.
Roughing the pass, defense, number 94, 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, we'll see if Spokane can take advantage. The penalty on Tyree Glasper.
Rips through Nixon. Yeah, he tries to put his hands back, but hands to the face, absolutely. You got to call that. Even though it wasn't major, you got to call it anytime you put your hands up around the neck or face of any player.
So one more chance for the Shock. 81's at the top of the screen. Smith's going to step up, release. Truesdale's got it. Touchdown Shock.
Really surprised to see Arizona play man-to-man right there. In that situation, you're going to see him run a crossing route all the way from the backside. Look at Smith, does a nice job of running up in the pocket and making a play.
They got the football with 10 seconds. Managed to get the touchdown. Tyree Glasper not going to be happy with himself. He certainly didn't need to contact the quarterback. It results in a late touchdown.
He's trying to let off, but you can't have it, regardless. Really shocked to see him in man-to-man coverage right there. I would think they'd play 3 across, try to take some things away.
All right, let's hear it from Kevin Guy, who's with Randy Gatewood.
Coach, an outstanding half of football, offensive, defense, with the exception of a possible breakdown right before half. What is the message, though, you tell your team when you go in?
Well, I'm about to go in here and get on their ass is what I'm about to do. I mean, that was just, we had them off the field with them getting the ball in the second half, and we should not have let that happen.
Shane Boyd's driving this Lamborghini pretty good right now for his first game. How can he improve in the second half?
Well, he's doing a great job of managing the offense right now. He's made some great throws, some throws downfield. So we knew they were going to come out and play us tight. We took some shots, and we've been able to capitalize on it.
Thanks, Coach. All right.
Thank you, Randy, and thank you to Kevin Guy. He contained himself pretty well. You can see the frustration on his face. So the goal line bandits and his home crowd have something to cheer about. Get themselves fired up for the second half. The Rattlers look good in the first half. And Spokane comes on late, and they'll get the ball at the start of the third quarter. We will send it to Bristol after the break. First half stats. Key stat is 34-20. Arizona in front. Spokane with the only turnover. Spokane dominated time of possession. But it didn't feel like the Arizona defense was out there too much. Do you think that'll have an effect in the second half?
No, I don't think it will. I felt like they still had plenty in the tank. They weren't kind of gassed. And you could see those guys when they got their hands on the hips. I didn't see a lot of that going on from the Rattlers.
Arizona to kick it off. We'll see if Spokane can take advantage of the momentum scoring on the final play of the first half. They can quickly make this a one-score game, and this place will be electric if that happens. Arizona's only won here one time in 6 tries. A.J. Cruz hustling down the field, and he just continues to make plays. Instead, let's take a look at first half highlights.
Look at that throw right there by Shane Boyd. I mean, great catch by Marquis Wine, but standing tall and fine. This is a great one right here. Anticipation, lets it go before Rod Windsor's out of his cut. Great throw and touch. And you see the roughing the passer call there with the hands to the face by Tyree Glassford. Allows this to happen. Warren Smith works up in the pocket. Find Truesdale on the crossing route. Gets him a little bit closer.
And Warren Smith in trouble, realizes it, and then takes off and runs and gets close to a first down. Well done. Showed some speed there.
That was a burst.
Yeah.
That was a burst right there. It was almost like he was like really scared he was about to get blown up.
Well, you had those Rattler defensive guys bearing down on you.
And he exploded. 11-yard gain. I mean, talk about a guy that can move around. We talked about that, but that showed some burst right there.
It's the Arby's drive of the game. 6 and 118. Good luck. 118. Good luck.
Warren Smith going for Amos, had a step, ball underthrown, and Kellum got back there to deflect another pass. He is #1 in the AFL in passes defended this season.
And this one right here is a great job of finishing the play, but the ball's late, needs to be gone a half a second earlier, and push it out there. Push it out there. You see his receiver has to stand up and wait for it. You've got to put it out there and let him go get it. They've always got another gear, so make them drop down in that gear and go get it.
Smith on time. And Amos is the guy they're excited about. And he looks like a nice young player, rookie.
When we talk about little guys, I mean, he's 6 feet 185. He's got decent size and runs and catches the ball strong with his hands. Runs really good routes as well. You see him there on the under route from the backside. Stair steps his man and then works around the jack and continues across the field. Another first down. Or excuse me, another good gain.
Rory Nixon has enough for a Spokane first down. Now, Andy Olson, since being promoted several years ago from offense coordinator to head coach, has had great success. You just see our Randy Gatewood listening in and Andy Olson giving the play call to Warren Smith. But you know, Coach Olson had really nice things to say about the communication that's developing between him and Warren Smith, that they talk football all day long.
And it's good. He says he calls him some nights at 11 p.m. trying to go over stuff. I mean, that just tells you how much this kid wants to learn and wants to be great at what he does.
Smith steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off again. And Warren Smith still on his feet. Cuts it back. Takes it for 6. Touchdown shot.
Wow. Listen, if he didn't have that knee brace on, I don't think A.J. Cruz gets a hand on him. I mean, this kid's got some quicks. You see him step up. Look at that lane right there. And he abuses it, steps right through the pocket, and is out the door. Oh, just for extra, I'm going to give you a spin move, Keith Brown at the goal line. Make you run into the wall. Touchdown.
Well, suddenly we've got a one-score game on our hands. Something about this building, when Arizona comes to town, they get off to a great start. And Spokane fights their way back into it. Taylor Rowan delivers the extra point. They were down 3 scores. It's now a 7-point game, a little more than 11 minutes to go in the third. We'll see how the Rattlers respond when we return to Spokane. 34-27, Arizona in front. Spokane has rallied, and if Spokane ends up winning this game, Sid, we'll go back to the end of the first half. Glasper for Arizona gets that penalty, gives Spokane another opportunity, and now they've got momentum on their side.
Yeah, they stirred the beehive up again. This is the second time. They got away with the first time early in the first when this crowd got electrified by some big plays. But now they've allowed him back in the game. The offense has clicked on that. Warren Smith made some plays with his legs, which helped out. It's going to slow that pass rush down and give him a chance to make some plays through the pocket.
A.J. Cruz waits. Oh, that's a loose football. Arkeith Brown, the safety valve, comes and gets it. And Arkeith Brown, who's returned many kicks during his career, gets Arizona out to the 6.
Brings out the Northwest Miss defensive unit. Let's hear it here in the first half. Second half for the defense.
All right, here we go. Shane Boyd was outstanding in the first half, making his first start for the Rattlers. 5 touchdown passes. Shuffle pass to Kerry Reed. Kerry Reed gets a block and picks up 6 yards on first down. Good to see Kerry Reed back in the lineup, one of the most versatile players in the AFL. We've got a Spokane Shock player shaking up.
That's rough and not what you need there.
Yeah, James Ruffin, one of the best defensive ends in the AFL last season, set a team record with 14 sacks. We'll check on him when we come back. James Ruffin being helped off the field. He hurt his ankle on the final play before we stepped away.
You're squeamish. This is him here. You're going to watch him following, but he's going to get caught up on the ankle. And right here, look at that left foot turn over. Anybody that's ever had one of those, ouch. That is
such
rough.
A shame. It was so unnecessary. You know, he was hustling. Just unlucky.
Very unlucky.
Ricky Simpson checks into the game, number 53. This is just his second career AFL game. A rookie who played his college ball at Illinois State. He did have a sack in his first game. Boyd throws it. Marquis White, a rare drop. He's been very good tonight.
Absolutely. Ball was kind of in between. He didn't know whether to turn the hands, get the pinkies together or thumbs together. Made the wrong choice and batted it down. It could have stepped back through the ball and helped himself out.
Now third down. That's going to get this crowd going here in Spokane. Boyd looking right the whole time, and good defense from Jeff Richards. He's all over Rod Windsor, and it brings up fourth down. No punting in the AFL, and it's far too long of an attempt for a field goal, so they will go for it on fourth down.
I'd work the middle of the field again. I'd go with the post curl inside, allow Marquis White to attack downhill, and listen, if they squat, go run away. They're going to play man-to-man here. They're not going to mix it up with any kind of zone. It's man-to-man. Beat your guy.
Boyd on time. Kerry Reed the catch, and an Arizona first down. That is a veteran receiver knowing exactly where the sticks were. Kerry Reed played his college ball at Michigan State. First week back after missing several games with a hamstring injury.
Well, Z's short, 8-3 Reed.
Again, you're getting that corner sit-down read by Windsor here.
Boyd steps up, going deep, looking for Windsor. Can't find it till the last moment, can't make the catch. Let's get an injury report from Randy Gatewood.
Guys, Ruffin has a left ankle sprain, mild left ankle sprain. He's getting it retaped. He's going to get it respatted, and it looks like he will return.
Thank you, Randy. That's good news for Spokane.
Very good news. I feel like Rod Windsor's a little bit out of his game right now because he was way quick on that corner out. And man, Granny Gatewood used to run that corner out really well. He would get all the way down inside. Right there, Windsor didn't give enough room to his quarterback to make that throw.
Boyd almost picked off and then incomplete. Marquis White, smart play when the ball was batted up. He grabbed the arm of Don Masters.
Guys, you couldn't have been more right about that. Arizona does not have the patience they had in the first half when it comes to running routes. Everybody's not necessarily in panic mode right now, but they don't have the patience and the discipline to get to the depth, break it off, snap it off, and have the ball there come on time. So they've got to readjust and see what they can do with this defense that's putting a lot of pressure on them right now.
It's been a long time since Arizona scored. Boyd, the throw. Kerry Reed, tough catch. Holds on. Former Spartan there, and he's fired up. That's a big-time catch to calm down this crowd. Hey, he holds on.
Man, he had his hand on it. That's a great catch. And a really good throw. I feel like Shane Boyd has stepped up and made throws when he's had to. He's done a nice job putting the ball in good spots. Arizona needs to use the fullbacks, the tight ends, slow that rush down. Kevin Guy can't be so diligent on going downfield. Use your bigs.
And they give it to Benson. Feels like Sid Bonner in the head of head coach Kevin Guy. That'll slow down the pass rush a little bit. You anticipated that Benson would get a lot of touches tonight. Still plenty of football.
It is, but I also felt like maybe he didn't go to it as much because Shane's played really well.
He has.
He's done a good job. He looks like this is his car. He's driving it well.
Well, Kerry Reed has stepped up. He's caught 4 of the last 5 completions from Shane Boyd. 9th play of the drive already. Fake the screen, come back to Kerry Reed, and he spins out of the tackle and turns a negative play into a positive one.
This is a great looking play, one that we used to run. You fake the quick screen right and go back the other direction, but the linemen get caught up. They're not able to get out, but that's a good job by Kerry Reed to make something out of nothing.
Yep.
That should have been a negative play right there.
Third down. This looks like Rod Windsor territory right here. He's had a quiet night tonight, but he's certainly a guy who on 3rd and 4th down will get open and will make that crucial catch. So let's see what Kevin dials up.
And Randy, he doesn't even really need to be that open. You just put the ball on Rod Windsor, he'll catch it. Boyd, and it's picked off. McCullough has it. Kevin McCullough makes the play.
What did I tell you, Ari Wolf?
He'd make a play tonight.
What did I tell you? You know, this guy's going up against his old team. He was on the first 2 championship teams. Kevin McCullough, just a guy that brings his lunchbox to work. He makes plays and finds a way to make a difference in games. A leader. You're going to see him slide over. Not enough patience by Shane Boyd. He wants Windsor on the slant route, but stares it down. And McCullough's enough of an athlete to get in the throwing lane and to hang on to it. Big time play from Kevin McCullough.
That is one big, thick Jack linebacker. You don't see him come that size very often. Smith wants it all. Truesdale's got it. Touchdown shot. Feels like deja vu in here, doesn't it?
Wow.
Last year, Arizona had a 3-score lead, and Spokane came back to win. Taylor Rowan. The extra point, game tied at 34. Here's how it happened. McCullough, the interception. And Warren Smith, one play, that's all he needs. Finds Truesdale, game-tying touchdown.
Amazing comeback. Here with Coach Olsen, what was the message at halftime?
Just come out and play better. I mean, don't worry about the officials. Myself included, got too caught up in the officials. Come out and play our game. We know we can compete with these guys.
Playing some inspired football right now. What is one thing that you must continue to do this second half to win this game?
We score a possession on offense, we win this game, guaranteed.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you, Ari.
That's a confident coach.
Listen, he told me before the game, if we just come out and play, we'll win this game. We can beat these guys. We're the only team to beat San Jose and Arizona in the same year. He's confident. Yep. Very confident.
He's done a great job as head coach.
He's kind of got that receiver swag with him still.
Yep. A.J. Cruz off the iron, plays it cleanly. And he gets taken down. Jeff Richards, nice job on special teams.
He's come into the game and made an immediate impact, not only defensively, but on special teams.
Young fella, just 24 years old, a rookie.
Adds a lot of size back there in the secondary.
Yeah, 6'2", 210 pounds. Shane Boyd just 4 for his last 10. Let's see what Kevin Guy dials up. We can't come here enough. This atmosphere is great.
Awesome. It's what it's supposed to be, right here.
Boyd, screen to Moore. Marquis White gets the block. Picks up 4 yards on first down.
I think Mr. Moore better realize if I want to be on the field, I got to stop John. Stop talking, just play. Dodd Masters tried to bait him in right there, and he almost fell for it.
Well, we heard Kevin Guy not on the air addressing his team at the half. He does not like those penalties. The plays that you just shouldn't be making if you're a veteran team. Ron Windsor to catch, and Windsor pinned down to the ground at the 20. Windsor now with 5 catches. A little more than 60 yards, 1 touchdown. Marquis White, who got off to the outstanding start.
Well,
he had the first 3 TDs.
Now they're not taking as many shots, but he's still running coverage off and giving it to Dodd Masters on the back end, but they're not taking the shots. Coach Guy's being prudent with the play calls, and he's being prudent with the throws. Shane Boyd is.
Benson.
Benson on the carry. Derek Summers on the tackle. Assisted by number 62, Dominique Duster.
Let's take a listen to Coach Guy.
Second down, we got time. Well, Z short, 7:06.
What do you got here?
You got a dig route and the corner route. And a quick out. You're going to get the corner with the dig. So this is a combination route, which is a zone beater. Here comes the corner by the motion man.
Wide open, Darren Moore picks up the Arizona first down. So Shane Boyd, this is quite a performance. First start with the Rattlers. A journeyman, 32 years of age. Played in 5 professional leagues along his road. Just brought him to the 3-time defending champs in the Arena Football League.
And I'll tell you what, atmosphere, you know, when the way you work day in and day out, it means a lot. And a guy like this really needs this kind of atmosphere because these guys put in work in Arizona, and he found that out, and it's paying off for him tonight.
Boyd, and smart decision, throws that into the crowd.
He could have just kept Donnie Moore up, or Darren Moore on his feet on that dig route. But that was a walk-in score. This is where he had his troubles before, down in the red zone. They weren't able to score. They were turned back by the Kevin McCullough interception.
Well, Shane Boyd has never played with a team this good, and he's got the chance to play because Nick Davila still a week away from making his return to the Rattler lineup, the 2014 AFL MVP. Boyd throws. Windsor makes the catch, cuts it back, and they got just enough of McCullough did. Bring him down at the 6-yard line. If he doesn't get a piece right there, Windsor's in the end zone.
That is where he's so dangerous.
Well, we've come to the end of the third quarter. And how about this? Tied at 34. Rattlers, 0 points in the third quarter. What a comeback from the Spokane Shock. This one's going to be fun. We're coming back with the fourth quarter AFL on ESPN. Score by quarter on your screen, and Spokane shuts out the Rattlers in the third quarter.
That's usually what Arizona does to teams.
Yep. Third down in the red zone. Boyd looking for White, and he dives. Does he make this catch? No, he does not. Heck of an effort. There's a flag down in the end zone. That was scary. It appeared Marquis White's helmet ran in to the padded side board. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully Marquis White is trying to be prudent and not move at all right now. Ooh. All right, we will step away for a moment, and hopefully Marquis White will be up when we come back. Welcome back. Marquis White, who starred here for the Spokane Shock back in 2010, is down. He has moved both his arms and legs, but he really hasn't changed position. It appears his helmet is still right up against the padded board in the end zone. There was a penalty called. It was a hold against Spokane. That was scary. I'm a little surprised the medical staff from Spokane hasn't gone down to help out the trainer from Arizona.
I mean,
there's always
usually,
doctors in the building.
Usually they get there and try and help.
Oh, well, now they're bringing out the stretcher.
I mean, is there not a doctor here?
This is unusual. There you see the stretcher coming onto the field. Marquis White playing back here in front of his old fans. Terrific night, 3 receiving touchdowns, but more importantly, hopefully he's going to be okay. All right, while we have the medical staff attend to Marquis White here, scores from around the AFL. Orlando wins by 3 scores at Cleveland. That's a bit of a surprise. San Jose wins at Portland. They stay perfect. Philadelphia defeats Las Vegas, and Tampa Bay in a low-scoring game gets a win, and they really needed one, Tampa.
Oh, they really needed one. The heartbreaker in Orlando, they get pummeled by Philly. I mean, and now, they get a win. A win is a win. You'll take it anytime you can get it, but the Orlando score is scary. It has to be scary for everybody in the league because Bernard Morris has turned it up.
He certainly has.
He's got that team playing.
Well, the question there is, when Randy Hibbert's healthy, what do? They have 2 starting quarterbacks.
Do you take the guy that's been in the conference championship game multiple years in a row? Do you take him out of the lineup when he's playing hot?
Well, fortunately, I don't have to make that decision.
I wish I could make it because it's an easy one to me. Much as I love Sweet Pea Hibbert, you can't take
well, Hibbert was playing arguably as well as any quarterback in the league when he got hurt.
However, those weren't translating into wins. They're winning games right now.
Well, say that Rob Keefe told both quarterbacks before the season started that both of them were going to have to start games, and that has proven to be the case just in the first half of the season. And Kevin Guy's team has had to deal with a lot of adversity. This is nothing like last year when they sprinted out to a league record 14-0 record and then limped a little bit down the stretch, but went 15-3 and won their 3rd straight title.
I think 2014 was more like this season here, where they had some losses. They weren't exactly, or excuse me, 2013 was more like this season, where they struggled. Players in and out of the lineup. But they were able to regain it and get going full tilt once the playoffs hit.
Well, I can see how Randy Gatewood is just steps away from Marquis White. And Randy, I'm not asking you to play doctor, but can you just give us a sense of what's going on down there?
Absolutely. Down here on the field, guys, Marquis, he does seem to have some type of injury. As you can see, they're going to just take all precautions to make sure he's okay. They're going to put him on the gurney and take him over to the hospital and make sure he's okay. But as of right now, not a full or accurate status of exactly what's going on.
Well, we did see, Randy, that he moved both his arms and his legs, which is a good sign.
That's correct. He is moving his hands. He is moving his legs. He is talking. He is coherent. But I think they just want to take all the precautions necessary anytime there's any type of injury like that.
So they will strap him up to the gurney, and his teammates look on concerned. The AFL certainly considers itself one big family, and this is a time when nobody likes to see this happen.
Well, especially with a guy that most of these guys from the Spokane area know. I mean, he played here, kind of grew up here playing the game, learned how to play the arena game in Spokane, and you know, guy coming out here playing as hard as he can. I mean, you saw that, no fear, just going after the ball, knowing the wall's there.
Want to remind everyone, the AFL returns to ESPN2 coming up on Friday, June 12th. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern. Jacksonville heads to Tampa to take on the Storm. The comeback for Spokane began late in the first half, and then they turned it up in the second half.
And it was a lot of the legs from Warren Smith, you see right there, and then watch the spin move at the end. Sends our Keith Brown into the wall, but he's done it with his legs, done it with his arm, and then the momentum, the crowd momentum. And here's the interception that really kind of changed things for the Spokane Shock. Kevin McCullough, the old dog, makes a play when needed, and then the next play up top to Truesdale on the post route. And just like that, knotted at 34.
And 0 points in the third quarter for the three-time defending champs, and there's Nick Truesdale. A couple of touchdowns, including the one right at the end of the half, and they got the extra play because of the roughing the passer penalty when the half should have been over.
I'm still, with the penalty, I'm still shocked they played man-to-man on that play, especially down there when you can run so many different kind of rub routes. Thought maybe they'd sit back, but they played man, and Marquise Floyd not able to hold Truesdale on the cross route, who does a nice job. And you can see the development of this guy. Last year he was a tall guy just running around hoping for the jump ball. Now he's a guy that's slowly developing into a route runner.
Sid, take us through the challenge for both teams dealing with this situation. So here is the penalty where Glasper gets him to the face, and he knew immediately, put his hands behind his back, which led to this play when there was no time left on the clock. It's a free play.
And that really changed things for Arizona and the momentum of the day again, because they had just scored.
All right, Sid, let's go to this situation, because this is an emotional moment. All these players know that they're at risk on every play. Let's first start with Arizona. How do you get your mind right and get back to playing football?
Well, you have to. I mean, it's I hate to say it, it's your job. You have to go out and get it done. One of your brothers is down, so that's a rallying cry. Do it for him. Let's get it going. Let's pick it up. Get some emotion, play a little bit harder. Darren Moore's got to come in and really take it to a different level, because Marquis White has been dominant in this game. He's done everything for the Rattlers offensively. And if you're Spokane, you got to keep your foot on the gas. You have all the momentum. The worst part about sitting around, especially right now, is for one of these two teams to come out not ready after this happens. You've got to somehow just focus and lock in, tap in to the next play that's going to happen and try to make plays for your team.
Well, he gave the thumbs up, which is a good sign, and you can see almost everybody out of their seats here. Former star for the Spokane Shock. He was the star. They won their only title in 2010, the offensive player of the game of Arena Bowl 23. And a real show of class here from the fans in Spokane. So Kevin Guy will give the play call to Shane Boyd, and we're ready to return to football.
Prior to the injury, illegal contact, defense, number 3.
After all that, there was a penalty that we even missed. We didn't even see it. We were so concerned with what we saw happen into the wall that we didn't even see the flag on the field.
But it results in a 1st and goal at the 3.
If you're Spokane, you got to be okay with this. You got to be okay with them having the ball here.
They give it to Benson. The big fella rumbles in. Touchdown, Rattlers. Arizona retakes the lead.
And this is too easy. You see the wide outside rush on the edge by Micah King. He's not able to get back in, and that makes it easy block for the guard. He's able to just flash on you and go up to the next level.
Well, Benson now putting together a solid game. 5 carries, 19 yards, a rushing touchdown, and he had the receiving touchdown on the screen in the first half. Extra point is up, and it is good.
New quarterback getting his first start with the team, and we figured he would have a big part of this game.
Well, we'll see how the Shock respond when we come back. Sunday, ESPN2 brings you MLS action as the Seattle Sounders visit the New York Red Bulls. The MLS tomorrow at 5 Eastern on ESPN2. There you see Mr. Benson. Got the last touchdown for Arizona. Their first points since late in the second quarter. Dodd Masters plays it high off the net, and he muffs it. And he is fortunate that Amos was right there, the security guy, to make sure to secure the football.
I mean, that's a squirrely bounce that thing took. I thought for sure it was going to come squirting out of there.
It's been a while since Warren Smith has been on the field because of the delay with the injury to Marquis White.
And you've got the horses on the other side all rested up. Itching to get after you.
Quick screen. Amos gets a block, and Arkeith Brown forces him out of bounds at the 11 after a gain of 6. Warren Smith in the game. He has had a really good night. 18 for 27, 190 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception.
And you throw in the rushing yards that he gained. You know, big plays with his legs.
On the ground, he's rushed it for 42 yards and a touchdown. Smith moving to his left. Little touch pass. Catch is made. Dangerous throw. Kellum deserves some credit for coming up with a big hit on Samuel Charles.
Charles able to bring it in, but this is a great touch ball. This is where a lot of players that come into this league struggle, is with the touch throw. Look at this ball up and down. Receiver Charles uses his hands to bring that thing in, absorbs the blow. I mean, that's a really nice job of catching the football with your hands in a tough situation.
He lets that come in on the body. Kellum hits him. That ball comes out.
And possibly pops up for a turnover. That's a really good job of securing the catch.
There are the numbers for Warren Smith. And Smith felt the pressure coming, gets rid of it. Mike McAdoo is bringing the heat.
Kind of beat Patrick Mayfield around the corner.
McAdoo's got great speed. Rookie, played his college ball at North Carolina. Just 24 years of age. And we do have a flag down.
Grounding, number 8. Lost down the spot. Second down.
I believe it's because the ball never got across the line of scrimmage when he turned to throw it.
And I don't think he was outside of the guard and the tight end. I think he was still in the pocket.
The problem with this call is this guy standing right there. That's the problem with that call, but the ball doesn't clear the line of scrimmage. You see that line, it never goes past the line of scrimmage. That's why the call.
He also could have sold it better.
Right. Instead of just spinning around chucking it.
Yeah. He'll learn. Just a rookie. They set up the screen. Afif makes the catch, and how about A.J. Cruz? The smallest guy on the field brings down Afif, who's 6'7", 315.
You see there, they're trying to slow down McAdoo, who's been putting pressure. Nice touch throw. And if you're a big guy, don't back up like that. Get square or turn your shoulders and run so you can run over a little dude.
Wow, that's asking a lot.
It
Patrick
is.
Afif right there.
Keep running. Don't backpedal. Don't backpedal.
3rd and long. Smith delivers. Catch is made, but he didn't run the route to the sticks. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Got to get your depth, and this is just a product of being a young player. As good as these guys are, young player, you can't make this mistake. You've got to get a yard and a half, 2 yards beyond the sticks. And make sure you have enough for that 1st down, but a good chance for them to convert here on a 4th and short. Expect Arizona to play some man and be ready for switch routes and rub routes.
That movement, and they may get Cliff Dukes, the veteran. Andy Olson is very upset.
Well, as he said earlier, let it go.
False start offense, number 81. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Who did they? I didn't hear what number he said. Oh, they said it's on Truesdale, the receiver.
If you look out there. Oh, yeah, that's false start.
Yep, it's false start.
That is on Truesdale.
It makes it much more challenging now. And the fans are looking up at the replay here at the Spokane Arena.
Yeah, but they're only seeing the box. They don't see the receivers outside the box. They're just...
Spokane 1 for 3 on 4th down tonight. Smith gets rid of it.
Great job.
1st down, Spokane, and a late flag.
No, he ripped it out.
Oh, they're saying incomplete.
Incomplete. He
But they're
ripped it
going to get another. They're going to get 1st down anyway. I think we've got a roughing the passer penalty. And this is not going to make Kevin Guy very happy.
Penalty, automatic 1st down.
That goes against Clint Dukes, one of the best defensive players in the AFL. Let's see what happens here. Oh, he got him with it. He kicked him right in the knee.
He's rolling. I don't know if he kicked him intentionally, but he got cut, and he's rolling.
But did he go to the ground unnecessarily?
He got cut.
Well, I thought he got past the block.
He jumped over the cut and was rolling. Like, literally, that's what happens when you cut. Don't cut. Stand up and block a guy right here on the edge. You cut, and now he's stumbling. He's not going down on purpose. That's...
You still can't have a quarterback get kicked in the leg like that. And they're going to take advantage. Truesdale, touchdown, his 3rd of the night.
Guy that's been unstoppable. And how you allow him to run through across the field, wide open. Another communication error.
That's the 2nd time tonight Spokane's drive has been extended by an Arizona penalty that's immediately led to points.
Immediately led to points.
Taylor Rowan's extra point is good, and the game is tied again. This time at 41. Warren Smith and Truesdale having one of the best games of his young career. Tomorrow, ESPN brings you 2 of baseball's biggest stars on Sunday Night Baseball. Miguel Cabrera and the Tigers take on Mike Trout and the Angels. Coverage begins with Sunday Night Countdown at 7 p.m. Eastern. Well, this has turned into another classic Spokane, Arizona game here in Spokane. Arizona, the 3-time defending champs, only 1 win here. Back in the 2012 season, 1-5 here all time. And they led by 3 touchdowns. And the game tied here, 41, as you take a look at the scoring drive. Truesdale, 4th receiving touchdown. And through the flat part of the net, and that is a Real good play from Taylor Rowan to no return.
Let's take a look at how Nick Truzo gets open. So right here, Keith Brown and Marquise Floyd are responsible for the 2 outside receivers. You see Keith Brown staring in the backfield. Truzo gets up and beyond him too quick. And he's not able to get back around. You see him looking for help from his buddies, but if you're going to play that kind of coverage, you've got to get hands on the motion, man. You can't let him run up on the guys too fast. Or don't stare in the backfield, be ready to turn and run with him.
Now the pressure back on Shane Boyd, 32 years of age, making his first start for the Rattlers. Sent up the screen to Benson, and he just missed him. He was wide open.
Get on top of the throw here. I mean, you drop the elbow and just kind of float it out there, and it just gets away from him. You just got to get up on top of the throw and make it easy throw, and Benson's still running right now.
Boyd on the night, 21 of 35, 217 yards, 5 touchdowns, has thrown an interception.
Illegal formation. Illegal formation.
Boyd's going for more, almost picked off.
You can't have trips and the tight end on the same side. Shane Boyd needs to calm down and make sure you're lined up right.
Well, I think if you're Spokane, you probably decline this, make a 3rd down.
You've got to. The quarterback's struggling right now.
Well, it appears
kind of missing.
He's going over to see what Andy Olson wants to do here. Yep, they decline it.
For as hot as he started out, Shane Boyd has missed on the little flat route that was wide open. It would have been an easy 15-yard gainer.
Well, the pressure is suddenly on Shane Boyd. Played really well in the first half. Not nearly as much success in the second half. Rattlers are 2 for 5 on 3rd down. It's usually Rod Windsor time. He's in motion. Boyd's looking to Windsor. Can he get to it? Can't get there. That's the play Rod Windsor usually makes.
A little bit too much on it. I mean, I'd go to some kind of double dig route, still using my big guys to run the motion. I'm not so sure if Windsor's going to be ready for it. Play clock already down to 12 seconds. They're going to have to hurry up or possibly take a timeout. But it's only going to be half the distance, so
you're not going to get
let it go.
I don't think Shane Boyd's aware of it.
Don't take a timeout. Just let it go. It's half the distance. Let it go.
Kevin Guy did not want the timeout. He did not want the timeout used. He would have been happy to take the penalty. Randy, give us a feel for the atmosphere down at field level.
Guys, this place is rocking. I'm down here on the field, and I can literally feel the vibration from these clappers, fans beating on the sidelines. One of the fans grabbed me by my arm and pulled me over and wanted me to start cheering. Like, it's intense down here, man. It is absolutely intense. But now it's that time. The Rattlers now have to overcome the adversity. Somebody's got to step up right now and make a play, and they've been able to do that throughout the season. So let's see how it falls. All right.
And the one thing here, guys, is Rod Windsor got a chance to catch his breath.
Correct.
He got a chance to get his breath and get his legs back. He'll be the motion receiver on 4th down. And Boyd looking, and it's more. Nobody touches him. That play's still going.
Richards,
nobody
you gotta
touches
finish the
him.
play.
Touchdown,
Heads up play.
Rattlers.
Man.
Wow. The Texas Tech Red Raider gets the touchdown. Smart play, didn't get touched, got up and ran with it.
You know what? That's not an easy catch to make there. He's running the dig route. But watch, he wants Windsor. This is a really good job by Shane Boyd here. Give him some credit. But
Come on, Richard. He
gets up and just quit on the play. Richards didn't even realize.
That's some conversion on 4th down, but then the missed extra point, that is going to loom large. So the lead is just 6 points.
Looked like he didn't want to kick it.
They're just going to need a touchdown or an extra point to take the lead.
I mean, he makes contact with his feet on the defensive back, but look at Shane Boyd. This is a great job. He steps around the rush. Low throw right there. His feet collide with the receiver, but nobody touches him down, and he gets, I mean, just a mental mistake right there by Spokane. That's a mental mistake.
Shane Boyd. They'll take it, that touchdown any way they can get it. They were backed up deep, 4th down.
Struggling.
Really struggling. Just their 2nd touchdown in the 2nd half. But that missed extra point, critical. A few weeks back, we're in Orlando, and they came back, and they needed 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions to get the game won in overtime. But Arizona just did them a favor by missing that extra point. That takes that decision out of play for Andy Olson.
It really does.
Short kick. Don Masters brought down at the 10. For the latest news, scores, and stats, log on to arenafootball.com. Whether you want to check out special features on the league's brightest stars or watch live games via the ESPN3 video player, arenafootball.com is where it's at. All right, QB1, you were an offense coordinator in this game. What do you want to set up here for Warren Smith on this drive?
You know, I want to be patient. If I can get something quick, I'll take it. But I want to be patient for him. I want to let him complete some balls and get some things going. And ideally, you'd love to score and kick the extra point as time ran out.
Fake the screen one way. They come back to Samuel Charles, and a good hustle play stops that from being a bigger gain. A.J. Cruz, again, showing off that quickness at the jack linebacker position.
Big fella, Anthony McLeod, they just signed, the guy that they're really excited about in there on the tackle as well. Hustling back, wasn't fooled. And that's a good start to a drive. You've got him off balance. You don't allow those bigs up front to just bear down and come downhill at you.
Warren Smith gets it to Truesdale, and a very good tackle by Cliff Dukes. It looked like a sure 1st down, and he just pulled him to the ground.
Well, that's because the ball was thrown at his feet, so he's got to secure the catch first. If you get a good accurate throw there, then you can at least stretch out for the 1st down, but to make that catch down by your feet and then try to get upfield, very tough.
Cliff Dukes, 39 career sacks. He's one behind Joe Jacobs for 10th all-time. One of the all-time best at his position.
Oh, I've probably got quite a few sacks on Joe's reel.
I bet you do. Amos, great job of blocking, set it up, and he saw that little gap, put on the accelerator.
And that's 3 quicks in a row. We talked about getting the ball out of your hand, forcing the Arizona bigs to run sideline to sideline. And even if you gain only a yard on 1 or 2 plays, you're making those guys work up front, making them use a lot of energy to catch up and try to make plays.
Clock continues to wind. Warren Smith again, they keep it short. Samuel Charles uses that athleticism and that long body. He gets 11 yards and another 1st down.
Man, the future is bright for this young receiving corps. All 3 of these guys are playmakers.
All
good size.
6 feet tall and above.
Right, but strong, like yes. Good size guys.
Truesdale, the biggest target in motion at 6'7", looking for him, and the throw too high. And Antaj Hawthorne got a pretty good piece of Warren Smith, who's displayed pretty good toughness tonight. He's taken some late hits. Right there, he gets put to the ground by one of the biggest players in the AFL. Because Warren's not that big a guy. They list him at 6'1", 200. When we talked to him before the game, man, he's just not that physically imposing a guy. And Warren Smith in some trouble, and Glassberg brings him down. They're going to rule this incomplete. I'm going to have to get another look at this.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Intentional grounding. Number 8 lost it down to the spot of the foul. 4th down.
But, you know, you were leaning towards Spokane taking all the time off. Well, this actually helps them.
It really does. But this is just a great rush by Glassberg. Beats Nixon.
He just shouldn't do that.
No,
take the sack there. Well, the ball's where it was going to be anyway.
Right, just take the sack.
But it's 3rd down, and the clock is running again. Once they get the ball set until we come to the 1-minute warning. Smith throwing wide open. Touchdown shot. Samuel Charles.
There's a blown coverage. You're going to see motion going right at Marquise Floyd. He's got to take the motion, man. Comes right at him. Jeremy Kellum doesn't come over to help. That's just a blow right there, a mental mistake.
Well, that's a great view there, Sid, to remind everyone they're just 9 feet wide, the goalposts in the AFL. This is not automatic. We just saw a miss from Arizona.
1-minute timing rules are now in effect. Arizona has 2 timeouts. Spokane has 3. All challenges will come from the booth. We will complete the try, then there will be a timeout on the field.
Very good explanation. Taylor Rowan, pressure's on him now. And he misses. Wow. Game tied at 47. 1-minute timing rules will be in effect when we come back. We'll break it down. Arizona will have the football, 60 seconds to go. Here is why the game is tied at 47.
Take a look at Mr. Dukes here. He gives a great push inside, runs through the up back, watch the hand, and watch the ball change direction. That's just a great effort play by Mr. Dukes.
Unbelievable, great look. And here before, now there was no block here. Arizona kicker.
No pressure either. That just looked really.
Yeah. It just looked off. Timing was off. So Cliff Dukes
makes a living. Those kind of plays.
And he makes up for that penalty. You know, it's interesting. Tyree Glassberg and Cliff Dukes, who are both responsible for the penalties and extended drives, have now made huge plays late in the game. As here's the onside kick, and Kerry Reed does the smart thing, and he just lifts that into the stands. And the strategy there, Sid, breaking down why they're going for the onside kick and why they think it could lead to them getting the football back.
Well, you don't want to allow Arizona to have a lengthy drive. So you want to have them start in the red zone, and if you get it, it's a bonus.
Offside, kicking team, number 11. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down, Arizona.
You'd rather let them play inside the red zone. Then you don't lose as much time off the clock. You got a shot to at least get the ball back and rebut a touchdown.
Spokane has all 3 timeouts. Arizona has 2. It'll be Spokane that'll be using their timeouts here. I'm sure Arizona is trying to do something where they do not score. That is not their goal on 1st and goal.
It will either be a screen or a run. No way they're trying to score here on the first play.
Well, Boyd sets it up, throws, and wow, Ron Windsor scores. Okay, well, Kevin Guy said, guys, actually, we've got our own strategy here.
Well, you know what? Points are not a given. But you see basically little double pick route.
Sure looked like Spokane was almost playing give up right there.
There was no communication from Spokane on the coverage.
So Windsor gets his 2nd receiving touchdown of the night. Now 7 catches for 72 yards and the 2 scores. And we'll see if Scotcha has corrected things for this all-important extra point attempt. And he misses again. You know, last year he was with Jacksonville at the end of the year. He really struggled. Just, you know, gets so mental.
And he's such a good kicker, too. That's the bad part. And you got to expect Arizona now, especially with the missed extra point.
They got to go for onside.
They have to onside. The hold is down. He just pushes it. Just doesn't, not smooth with it.
I mean, Boyd did a real nice job with that high snap.
And the fans in Jacksonville are like, we've seen that. Big miss.
So the lead, 6 points for the three-time defending champs. Next Saturday, June 6th, AFL action returns to CBS Sports Network. Don't miss Orlando and Jacksonville. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern. So we both anticipate the onside kick here so that if Spokane scores, Arizona would get the football back. But then again, Kevin Guy fooled us there. First and goal, we thought they'd run the football. And Scotcha is going to put it in the middle of the field, so it certainly gives the potential for either a kick deep or an onside kick.
I mean,
Don Masters is back deep.
I'll be shocked if he kicks it deep. See what I did there? Shocked.
Well played. And he does kick it deep. Well, Kevin Guy is keeping us on our toes tonight. Through the slack part of the net. That's not well done. Scotcha bounces back there, puts it through the uprights. So Spokane will have to march the field. They got plenty of time, 55 seconds and all three timeouts. So keep in mind, in the final minute, the timing rules are just like the outdoor game. Any incompletion, the clock will stop. If a receiver catches it, reaches the ball over the sideboards, that will stop the clock. After any penalty, the clock will stop.
They have to give themselves up, and that's what that is. And you'll know it if you see it. It'll look strange to you, but it's how you give yourself up and stop the clock immediately.
Warren Smith throws. That ball is tipped by A.J. Cruz. We have said his name a lot tonight. He has become so valuable to Arizona, not just special teams. He's become an effective jack linebacker.
And guess who their number 4 wide receiver, 5 wide receiver is if they need him? A.J. Cruz. I mean, very valuable guy to have on the team because he does so much.
He's got a great arena football IQ for a guy who's just played a season and a half.
Oh, he's an Ivy League guy.
I mean, the Brown education doesn't hurt. Smith throws, and that's picked off! Jeremy Kellum! And he will go down. Smart play. Jeremy Kellum, 7 interceptions on the season, and none bigger than that one.
And this ball comes out late on the dig route. And if you're Truesdale, you've got to start curling back. You've got to have an understanding for where your DB is. And he kind of keeps running lateral. And Kellum goes down and attacks the football, and he does not. You've got to almost curl back down to your guy if you're a receiver there.
Now, some of the fans here are heading to the exit. If they know they're arena football, Shock have 3 timeouts remaining. Rod Windsor with it, looking for his 3rd touchdown. And it appears he does not get in. Oh, yes, he does. Late call, Windsor in for the 3rd time tonight.
Just like that.
They're going to go for 2. Kevin Guy sending his kicker back to the bench.
That's unfortunate. Not that they're going for 2, but that he's sending him back to the bench after missing 2 straight.
It makes sense.
Toughest job in America, the kicker for Coach Kevin Guy.
So setting up to go for 2 from the left college hash mark. And the play clock ran out on him. I mean, they're accepting it, but would you consider declining it because how tough it is in the red zone?
I possibly would decline it, but if you decline it, you're going to have to deal with Benson. Now, if you back it up a little bit, maybe you're more comfortable dealing with Shane Boyd trying to throw it in there rather than allowing the bowling ball to run it in on you.
Well, Rod Windsor stepped up here in the fourth quarter. He's in motion. Boyd throws, caught, Kerry Reed, and a flag. Might have been a pick there. Darren Moore came in there, and it is going to go against Arizona.
Pass interference, offense, number 15. The try is no good, the penalty is declined. We're going to go to kickoff.
You see Kerry blocking right there. But he's almost just kind of getting away. You see him look back. He's really not blocking, but you got to run around, do something. Make it look like you're trying to get open. And that's why the call was made.
This is far from over. 39 seconds. Spokane scores quickly. They go for an onside kick. This is not the outdoor game. We've both seen larger leads lost with this much time to go.
Absolutely.
7 p.m. kickoff. June 12th, Friday night.
Arizona, if they do find a way to hold on to this lead, this will be another gut check victory. Giving up a 3-score lead, find yourself tied.
Making some mental mistakes, you know, late in the game. And
finding a way to win with your third quarterback this season. It'll look a lot different. You want to get Arizona, you better get him while Nick Davila's out of the lineup. Because when he comes back, you know, it's pretty much in the National Conference a 2-team race between San Jose and Arizona. I feel like we could play that on rewind year after year, but they're the 2 premier teams in the conference, and there is Nick Davila. And we expect him to be back next week. And even if you're not a fan of the Arizona Rattlers, you want to see Nick Davila on the field. I mean, he is just a surgeon out there. Well, back-to-back good kickoffs. Chance for Dodd Masters. And now we're going to see what Warren Smith can do. 38 seconds to go. I mean, this is still a real opportunity for Warren Smith to try to execute in this situation, because this will happen again.
well, I think there's a combination on that last interception between him and his receiver. You know, if you're Nick, you've got to be a big guy like you are and come downhill back to the football and use your body. He just was not aware where the defensive back was.
Warren Smith in trouble, and Cliff Dukes was about to get his mitts on him, and Smith throws it away. And Kevin Guy wants a penalty on Warren Smith, but he got outside of the pocket.
And the ball went beyond the line of scrimmage with a receiver in the area. That was a little bit better job, but man, I don't think I've ever seen anybody cut it loose like that as quick. Just chuck it.
Well, I threw some balls. Remained are still believing.
Yeah. Bandits are still down in the corner.
Warren Smith throws and almost lost Samuel Charles. They're going to rule it incomplete.
Samuel Charles ruled incomplete.
It's a good hustle over there, and he throws it off his back foot. Smart play to try to come up with it.
I've enjoyed watching him tonight, Samuel Charles. Over 100 yards receiving.
Both those young guys, man, and Truesdale's getting better. This is a good group, a good young group of receivers.
Well, they lost Mike Washington to an injury. Devastating to lose your top guy. And Smith on time. Charles makes the catch, and it takes 3 Rattlers, but they bring him down. And it's going to be 4th down.
Timeout, Spokane. 30-second timeout.
Want to remind everyone the next game on ESPN2 will be Friday, June 12th. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern. Jacksonville visiting Tampa. Jacksonville, to me, is still the sleeper in the American Conference. That team is loaded with talent.
And I think they can get hot. You know, you start slow sometimes, and it takes you a little bit of time to gel. I mean, they added 8 new components, and very good components.
Yes.
But sometimes it takes a little bit of time to understand each other and
they don't
get
have
on the same page.
the preseason in the AFL they do in the NFL. 4 games to get it right before you play a meaningful game.
And you've got, what, 10 days of training camp basically, and then you're rolling out a product.
Yeah.
Very tough if you're not a team that's been together for a while.
Not so tough for Arizona, but certainly for young teams or teams with new components. And Warren Smith in some trouble, gets rid of it. They do get the first down. Charles with the catch. And the clock will stop until the chain gang gets into place. Should have had a second play call so they get up on the line unless they went ahead and used another timeout here. Yeah.
But I still think at this point, to just get him reps with it, call 2 plays in the huddle.
Sure.
And let him run and keep things going.
Seen a lot from Warren Smith to Coach Andy Olson's got to like.
Absolutely, and I think even on that last play where he's able to keep his distance from the rush and back up and still make an accurate throw. I mean, it's not something you see guys do in this league that haven't played a ton. I mean, he's got a nice upside. He's can make all the throws.
Smith steps up, throws, and Charles had it and lost it. Again, here in the final minute, the clock stops on incomplete. Oh, apparently he did keep hold on to it. I literally thought when he reached it out, he lost the handle.
He's giving himself up. And, you know, you got to give, even though they're not going to get the win, you got to give Tapua and Rory Nixon credit. You know, they've pretty much held Antosh Hawthorne and Tyree Glasper in check. There are a few plays well, they gave up major pressure, but they've done a nice job against those 2 guys.
Well, Andy Olson said the protection's been the most consistent part of his team. Smith delivers. And another first down for Spokane. They will use their 3rd and final timeout, 5 seconds remaining.
Timeout Spokane. 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Kind of curious play calling, though, not really giving Smith a chance to throw it down the field. I mean, you gotta, with 20 seconds to go, you gotta take a shot.
Well, you also know that that's what Arizona's expecting. So he still wants him to operate and run your offense. So you got to take what they're giving you.
Right, but if you score with any time left, you still have a chance with an onside kick.
You did. Now you did.
Right, that's my point.
Yeah, exactly.
The window closed on. And the clock expires, and that will do it. Arizona improves to 7-2. Spokane is 3-6. Arizona wins 59-47. On behalf of our entire ESPN crew, my friends Seth Bonner and Randy Gatewood, I am Ari Wolf saying so long. Again, our next broadcast on ESPN2 coming up on Saturday, July 12th. We wish you all a good night from Spokane. Take care, everybody.